to Far Out Fiesta, now with sprinkles. It is our special June 16th, Thursday night, June 16th edition. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce our amazing regulars. Please give it up for the lovely, the talented Cassidy Kennedy. You didn't give it up. Give it up for the lovely, talented Cassidy Kennedy.
Hello.
Thank you. And the sardonically irreverent Rob Hudspeth.
I don't even know what that means.
A couple words Rob doesn't know.
Thank you, Richard.
Also, the lovely, talented Nicole Hodges.
Hello.
And I am Richard Hope.
I know what that
trying out
means.
my new catchphrase. Not on my watch. We'll see how that does. We don't have a ton of traditions here on the Fiesta, but this is one. We like to kick the show off with a little Uncle Vic. This is Uncle Vic weed.
What's that funny smell, Uncle Vic?
Oh, there are all kinds of smells in here, Katie.
I'm familiar with the butt smell, and the sweat smell, and the butt sweat smell.
Yeah, you are.
I'm familiar with the rotting corpse smell of your feet, and how sometimes I can smell your earwax from outside.
No, you cannot. Wait, how far outside?
You know what it smells like in here?
Really?
Skunk. It smells like skunk.
You know, come to think of it, there was a skunk in here. He wanted to know if I was interested in buying a coupon book to support his hockey team.
Skunks don't play hockey.
I don't know, maybe it was lacrosse?
I know that smell. It's weed.
Well, how would you know what weed smells like?
This witch hunt isn't about me. Have you been smoking weed?
I'm not sure. If I was, I would have smoked a lot of it. Because if I was, I would be really stoned. Ow! It's okay, I have a doctor's note.
You know as well as I do that it's not legal in this state.
Now, what about me would make you think that I abide by the laws of this state? Don't you remember when I trained Billy Bobo the rat to gnaw off my ankle monitor?
Good old Billy Bobo. What's it like, Uncle Vic?
Having a rat gnaw off your ankle monitor?
Smoking weed.
Well, you know that feeling you get when you're happy for no reason? Food tastes better, music is cooler, jokes are funnier, especially stupid ones. Sex is... Hey, what? Are you telling me that you have never smoked weed?
I swear on my mother's honor.
You're gonna have to do better than that. I know your mom. Know her. Have you really never smoked weed?
Promise.
All right, I believe you.
I nommed a crap load of edibles. I was just wondering if smoking weed was worth my time.
I could learn so much from you. Well, that Uncle Vic is a grubby old sack of crap. Hey, before we go any further, I'd like to introduce a running gag for this episode. We'll see where it goes from there. We like to call it Shallow Comments About Beloved Historical Figures.
I mean, sure, Leonardo da Vinci was a genius with all that painting and inventions, but would it have been that hard to do something about that beard? Dude, 600 years early for Mumford & Sons. Also, eyebrows. I'm guessing they didn't do a lot of threading in the Renaissance. Women's eyebrows probably look like freaking guinea pigs.
Wow. I mean, that was marginally offensive. Hey, speaking of marginally offensive, and now a word from one of our fake sponsors.
You look uncomfortable, Gart.
I sure am, Bonnie.
Bedbug bites?
Not all problems are caused by bed bugs.
Did you just say that to make me feel inadequate?
Yes. Sorry, I'm squirming because of my catheter.
Now, there are many kind of catheters. Gart, please be specific.
Oh, okay, Your Honor. It's a urinary catheter.
You mean the kind you insert with one hand, holding your penis straight out from your body?
That's right. Go on.
With your other hand, slowly put the catheter into your urinary meatus.
My what?
Your meatus, Gart. The urinary meatus is the opening or meatus of the urethra. But you knew that, didn't you, Gart? Just trying to make me feel inadequate again.
Yes, please continue with your description of how the catheter is inserted after you slowly put the catheter into the urinary meatus.
Well, Gart, after that, you gently push the catheter about 7 to 10 inches into your penis until your urine begins to come out. Or, in your case, 3 to 4 inches.
I do have a remarkably small penis, Bonnie.
I hear having an uncomfortable catheter can be a huge problem, Gart.
Well, Bonnie, it can if you don't like pain down there.
Barbo catheters, when you want to truly feel the whole catheter experience. Like shoving a wire brush right up your wiener hole.
Sometimes I just cry tears of confusing joy.
Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. I had to say it 2 times. And now, practical kung fu.
Bud and Lou get jobs in Mrs. Fields' drugstore.
Exterior, parking lot. Next to Mrs. Fields' car, Bud and Louis are kneeling and blindfolded.
I sure am glad that Mrs. Fields gave us these jobs and forgave us.
For waterboarding her unconscious.
And for pounding her skull with a big effing mallet.
Right, I forgot about that part. Whack! Whack!
Yeah, she probably doesn't remember.
Right, the head trauma.
I'm not sure I would be so forgiving. Traumatic head wound, notwithstanding.
I haven't forgiven my mother yet for not breastfeeding me long enough.
You were 8.
7.5.
Oh, beg pardon. I haven't forgiven my 4th grade Little League coach for batting me 3rd.
You always bat clean up.
No spit, I always bat clean up.
Someday I hope to be more forgiving. Kung Fu, Bud.
Kung Fu, Louis.
Let's step away from Bud and Louis for a moment for what is fast becoming one of our segments on this show. Shallow comments about beloved historical figures.
All right, okay, I'm not super cool with the whole slave owning thing, and as far as I'm concerned, the only good cherry tree is a dead cherry tree. But my bigger issue is with George Washington and his hygiene. Now, historical records suggest he was a large man for his time, and a larger man would require larger wooden teeth. So, can you imagine the stank that came off of those things? He'd be all like, "Hi, I'm George Washington," and his colonial bros would be like, "Oh, damn, George, your breath smells like butt vomit."
And now, back to practical Kung Fu. Next to Mrs. Fields' car, Bud and Louis are no longer blindfolded. Mrs. Fields paces, addressing them like a drill sergeant.
The first thing you need to know about me, boys, is that I run a legitimate business.
That's the best kind of children. Legitimate.
And the fact that you have to say how legitimate it makes it is all the more plausible.
Quiet!
Mrs. Fields knees Louis in the balls. He crumples.
Spit my balls!
Louis writhes around on the ground.
Before you need Louis in the balls, I thought to myself, she blindfolded us to confirm the legitimacy of her business.
You're sharp, Bud. I like that.
Louis struggles to his feet.
Thanks, boss. May I call you boss?
Call me boss woman.
Mrs. Fields knees Louis in the balls again. Louis crumples again.
Spit my balls!
Louis writhes around on the
Ow,
ground.
ow, 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 my balls, ow, ow.
Let me make sure I understand the arrangement, boss woman.
By all means.
Okay, Louis and I sell at least $400 worth of merch. That's what it's called, right? Merch.
Merch or product. It's medicinal.
What makes it medicinal?
Would you like to review my research?
Does it have math or numbers in it?
Both.
Pass.
Smart choice. Look, he thinks he's people.
They laugh as Louis tries to stand up, then passes out.
So we sell $400 worth of merch, and we can move back into our room at your boarding house?
You bet your sweet ass.
We can move back into the boarding house if I bet my sweet ass?
Look over there.
Where?
Mrs. Fields runs away.
I bet she ran to get a pen to put our agreement in writing.
Louis struggles to get to his feet.
Man, that was painful. You know, if one of your balls is just grazed or like a butterfly lands on one.
Oh, sure. My balls are floral and attract butterflies.
Her knee slammed into both of my balls like one of those electric cattle stunning hammers.
Maybe you can use some of the extra money we make today to buy some ice.
That's exactly what I need. Frostbitten, smashed balls. No thanks.
I was just trying to help.
Well, don't.
I won't.
Bud fakes the knee to Louis's balls.
That wasn't funny. I'm going to take a break to cry and vomit.
Well, at least you didn't put your balls in a wood chipper.
Yeah, how optimistic. My bowls are half full.
Louis staggers away.
Get your medicine here. No prescriptions needed. All right, let's take another quick break away from practical kung fu. And now here's something we hope you'll really like, at least if you really like cooking shows. It's a little sketch we call Cooking Good.
Welcome to Cooking Good. Doug named it. This morning, Doug is going to prepare some delectable crispy chicken. Good morning, Doug.
Doug likes chicken, and Doug likes his chicken crispy, Susie.
Crispy chicken sounds delicious, Doug. How much chicken do we need?
2 chickens, 8 drumsticks. When you're working with chicken, you need to don't get the chicken blood on your hands and lick your hands, even if the chicken blood jelly stuff tastes really good.
You have to be careful when you're cooking chicken. What's our first step, Doug?
First, you will want to shop at the grocery store and pay the grocery store people some money to cover the cost of the chicken. They will probably put the chicken in some kind of a bag for you, and then you will eat the store.
Like always, Doug, we assume we have all of our ingredients. What is the first thing you do to cook Doug's crispy chicken?
Doug likes chicken!
We know.
Take one of these garbage bags, take the garbage out. Garbage isn't good with chicken.
So you will need 2 1-gallon-sized plastic bags.
Put in 2 cups of that gross sour tasting milk, not the chocolate kind. It tastes very bad with chicken.
2 cups of buttermilk.
Once you have the milk in the garbage bag, add some salt and shake up the bag. I like to swing it around over my head. Put your chicken legs in the bag. Make sure that the chicken has been killed first. If you put alive chickens in your bag, it takes longer.
Add chicken drumsticks.
Shake up the bag again. You want to get the milk and the salt on the chicken. Put the chicken stuff in some bowl and make it colder.
Close and squeeze bag to coat. Place in bowl. Refrigerate for 1 to 4 hours.
1 to 4 hours? Nap time!
Like always, pretend like we've waited 1 to 4 hours. What's next?
I usually have to go to the bathroom after my naps.
How do we cook the effing chicken?
Put in the oven for 25 minutes. If it's still full of gross juice, take it out and spin it around and put it back in for some more time.
Bake for 25 minutes. Turn and bake for 25 minutes. And that's all there is to it. Once again, we have proven that you don't necessarily have to die or lose any fingers to make delicious chicken.
But if you do die or lose fingers, you can still make good chicken too. It is slower. The end. Wow, that was abrupt. Before we get back to practical kung fu, here's another shallow comment about a beloved historical figure.
I mean, okay, sure. Joan of Arc was involved in winning several key victories over England that restored French confidence, and she was canonized after she was captured and burned at the stake. And I mean, she was only 19 at the time, but you know, like when I was 19, I would have been all like, hey, quit burning me. I have places to be. But I think she was all like, hey, I guess you can burn me if you really want to. You know, it seems like she may have been a little, you know, passive aggressive. And now, back to practical kung fu.
I do. Are you two selling drugs?
No.
We're selling medicine.
What What's the difference?
Completely different words.
Why are you selling medicine?
Well, Mrs. Fields told us if we sell over $400 worth of merch...
It's not merch. It's not merch. Stand-up comics and shitty bands have merch.
Well, if we sell over $400 worth...
We can move back into our room at the boarding house.
Of course, we're willing to move in with you.
No!
Our own little nudist colony. Well, mainly you.
No. Sell your drugs. I'll take $60 worth.
Kay hands Bud cash, and Lewis wraps up Kay's merch.
I hope this spit doesn't kill me.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Are you calling me weak by inferring that I need to be stronger?
What the hell?
That was for something else. Try not to get arrested.
She shakes Bud's hand.
Get a room.
Kay leaves.
What did she mean about not getting arrested?
I guess we'll never know.
Bud, what's foreshadowing?
Before we continue with practical kung fu, here's Breakfast with Magicians. Oh, look, we're in their breakfast nook. So, why don't you just saw me in half? That seems to be your answer for everything. You can't saw in half all of your problems, Mr. Fantastico.
No, Marvelina. Just my biggest one. Would you please pass the cinnamon toast crunch?
Cereal floats to Mr. Fantastico.
Ta-da!
You don't always have to say ta-da. Nobody says ta-da.
You taught me to ta-da. This isn't about the ta-da, Mr. Fantastico, is it?
Mr. Fantastico produces a string of handkerchiefs.
There. It used to be enough for me to get out of a straitjacket in a glass water cage, to slice you into 30 pieces in a magical box and then reassemble you, to metamorphosize you from a white tiger.
The magic is gone.
The magic is gone, and I've developed an allergy to rabbits.
And doves.
And doves.
And oversized novelty playing cards.
And oversized novelty playing cards.
And form-fitting male unitards.
No, wait, that wasn't an allergy, that was a court order.
I never asked you for much, Mr. Fantastico. A shiny, sequined evening gown here or there. Maybe a tall, feathery hat. You were the only one I ever wanted to switch places with in your mystical box of transformation.
And either you or rare albino lion were the only things I wanted to switch places with.
Speaking of places...
Marvelina produces a document in a cloud of smoke.
What's that?
Legally binding prenup. I'm leaving. So, speaking of places, I want the condo in Reno. I want the penthouse in Atlantic City. I want the...
Mr. Fantastico magically produces a saw.
Don't even think about it. Oh, since they have become so popular, I think we have time to squeeze in one more shallow comment about beloved historical figures.
I mean, sure, Margaret Mead was a respected and often controversial academic who popularized the insights of anthropology in modern American and Western culture, but I mean, she had affairs with linguists. Linguists don't have any money. Oh, please pronounce something for me, linguist. And she could have spent a little more time choosing some frames that didn't make her look so dowdy. I mean, really.
Take that, Margaret Mead. And now the exciting conclusion of Practical Kung Fu. Exterior, parking lot, next to Mrs. Fields' car. Bud is working hard. Lewis is focused on catching candy in his mouth.
We only have $16 between us, and being stabbed by a hobo with a sharpened comb.
Why would a hobo need a comb?
Hobo pageants?
How much does talent count in those?
30%. Now the point is, I need you to sell something. Medicines for sale! Fresh, healthy medicines for sale!
Mrs. Fields need me in the nuts so many times this morning. The next time I pee, it's going to be fondue.
Oh, boo-hoo.
My gonads were savaged. Make out with me and I'll sell you some medicine.
Oh, that is a terrible sales pitch.
Undercover Detective Mockingbird approaches. She is obviously in disguise.
That's a mighty persuasive sales pitch there, cowboy.
Well, I'll be dipped in spit and rolled in peanuts.
Exactly what are you selling?
High quality, free range medicine. Hey, I like what you're wearing.
Thanks. I'm not an undercover detective.
Bud pushes Lewis out of the way to take over the sale.
May I interest you in $16 worth of medicine?
How much is $16 worth?
Well, it's more than $15 worth, but it's less than $17 worth.
Don't get cute with me.
I wasn't getting cute. This is how I get cute.
That's pretty cute.
Do you want to buy $16 worth of medicine or don't you?
Is it illegal medicine?
Yeah, it's illegal. Do you see any pharmacist degrees taped onto me?
Freeze, jive turkeys.
We're not jive.
Bud and Lewis push over the medicine and run.
I would have frozen if he had tagged me.
Dude, that was an arrest, not freeze tag.
Kung Fu, Lewis.
Kung Fu, bud! That was so funny. I don't know when I've laughed so hard. Hey, what will those boys be up to next time? Hey, we're all about ripping sketches out of today's headlines, and now a little sketch we call Lawsuit.
I'm not sure I understand.
It's uncomfortable to talk about. It's uncomfortable to sit to.
Right. I can't help you if I don't understand. You were very, very sick?
Well, yes, I was sick with envy. I was very small, ding-dong wise.
How did you hear about the procedure?
Oh, I can't remember if it was the news or infomercial.
It's getting harder to tell the difference.
Especially if you're not smart.
Dumb people are the more entitled to huge cash settlements. I charge $150 an hour for that. Exactly what did the doctor tell you about the procedure?
Well, he was hard to understand because he was giggling so much. Now, he explained the operation with crude stick drawings.
That is strangely appropriate.
Well, he said I shouldn't ask too many questions or sign any paperwork or it would void the warranty.
Surgeries don't have warranties.
Oops.
After you went through the surgery, when did you realize that something was wrong?
Well, as soon as I tried to use the bedpan.
I would imagine that after a penis transplant, it takes a while to get used to a new unit.
Well, I would imagine that's true, but they didn't exactly replace my penis with another penis.
And this is the part I'm not clear on.
Oh, I can show it to you.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? I'm sorry. That was my mom talking.
Oh, I can show it to your mom.
It would take her 45 minutes to get over here in traffic. Describe it to me one more time.
All right, well, there's a skinny stick at the base, and then there's a thing that spins around when you blow on it at the top.
A pinwheel?
Yes. Yeah, that's what they're called. Would you like to blow on it?
I'm torn.
Oh, my gosh, me too. You should see my stitches.
Does it work?
Well, I pee like a sprinkler, and sex is probably out of the question.
Probably.
Well, the pinwheel penis wants what the pinwheel penis wants.
I think you may have a case.
Terrific.
One more thing. Do you have to buy special pants?
Well, it's not that big of a deal when I wear my work pants.
Remind me what you do for a living again?
Birthday party clown.
Yeah, we can't have that as the last taste in your mouth. Here's a fake commercial we call E-Stalker. So, how do you see the whole thing unfolding?
A chance meeting. You're kind to me. I take it as a sign of your undying love. Then I show up in your kitchen. Do you like boiled rabbit?
No, not really.
Perfect. Your reaction to my dinner will send me into a wild, violent rage. Do you have any precious art?
I do.
I'll be smashing that. I haven't decided yet whether it'll be slashing your brake lines or drugging you.
You had me at slashing my brake lines. Oh, I've ordered some darkroom chemicals.
Great! I assume you'll be photographing me?
Yes, but from very far away.
I don't know if you saw it, but I just shuddered, and I haven't even mentioned the fact that you're 1,000,000 years older than me.
Right. You could almost be my great-granddaughter. That's already creepy. Well, everything sounds perfect. How soon can we get started?
I think we've already started.
When regular dating services aren't obsessive enough, eStalker.com.
All right, that is all of the prepared content we have for tonight. I'd like to give special thanks to Haley Ann. Before we go, let me give our fabulous regulars a chance to plug any of the projects that we're working on. We'll start with you, Rob Hudspeth.
Well, I'm not working on anything currently, but if you do want to see something really cool, you can watch a movie I was in called Rockin' Reverend. It stars Scott Michael Walker. It's on iTunes and Amazon, and you'll see me wearing this shirt.
I'm second to that too.
Yes, you are. Yes, Richard is in it too. He plays a stand-up comedian who's actually funny. What? You wouldn't want me to say you're actually not funny, would you?
Totally.
Gosh, I'm not good with my words.
We can go over to this side. Cassidy, do you have anything that you would like to talk about?
Hello, lovers. Same as last time too. I am co-founding a comedy festival, the Denton Comedy Festival in Denton, Texas. It is going to be next month, July 29th and 30th. We're going to be doing that with Zubio Realty and Demonic Chronic. So come out, have some laughs, have some food, buy some fun stuff, and hang out in the cool town of Denton. Also, look up the film Swipe Right. The director of that did win Best Actor for the film festival, Rack Focus, and we're getting a little bit more attention after that too. Thank God for film festivals like that. So look it up. Tell me what you think.
I am terribly unexciting right now. I'm actually I just did a commercial for PJ Trailers, and they're actually doing some really fun giveaways. So feel free to go check them out on their Facebook page, pjtrailers.com. Also, I'll be in England for the next 3 weeks, so unfortunately, I'll be missing the next episode, doing some yo-yo tricks and some cool schools. And if you did want to go check it out, go to The Sleeping Dog and Rotten Riders. They also are big fans of and featured in Rack Focus. We'll be doing some fundraising and some cool stuff like that. Giving a shout out to all my favorite peeps.
Cool. And I am, what do I have? I've got a movie that you can buy at Walmart right now called Sacrament. I've got a web series that will hopefully be coming out in the August time frame. And then I've got a movie that's going to be in the Fort Worth Independent Film Showcase on July 17th called Till Death. Thank you very much. I don't know, do we have any more time, Chaz? 3 minutes, holy crap!
I would say let's also give a shout out to our fans and our absolute followers. Thank you guys so much for following us and for listening to our silly little show on top of that.
Yes, this is only our second show, and I was very surprised at the turnout that we had on the first one, even just from our live Facebook stuff. So hopefully we can get you guys the right link for everybody to be on there, the right place next time. But thank you for tuning in.
And I do believe we're still in the market for a theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're running that contest we had so many zero entries for write us a theme song contest.
So I guess the theme song we have now we can use as a really cheap outro. Since it is really, really cheap. I mean, it doesn't get much better than...
It's
the best.
It's long, Rob.
Found by our amazing Rob Hudspeth.
Don't we just need a
So
few moments to
soothing.
reflect?
Isn't it?
So lovely.
I was in a massage parlor when I heard this, actually.
When are you ever not in a massage parlor, Rob?
Yeah, good point. Good point,
What
Richard.
massage parlor was that, so I know what one not to go to?
It's the one where you really can't read the lettering because it's not in, English letters.
Oh,
A lot of pictures of feet around, Rob?
That and, yeah, it looks like a Chinese restaurant, but it's not.
Rob's actually describing his bedroom. It's fair warning, ladies.
One of his bedrooms. I've seen the others.
Oh my!
Yeah, the only one who can describe my bedroom better than me is Nicole, so... Ba-doom!
his bedroom is actually a trap for men, if you think
Richard,
about it.
you card.
Is that bad? Should I not do that?
No, do it.
Okay,
Do it.
I shall.
Let me know how it goes.
It's going great so far.
That's all I got, man.
Yes. News anchor style.
Good night. Drive safe. Tip your waiter.